Here we go. Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
go.
my goodness.
Oh,
So
nearly got it there.
There we go.
There we go. Windjammers.
Right. Well, whilst you talk about that, I'm going to look on the Evercade website and see if we got anything.
So Tim, what are you thinking about these 5 games that have been announced?
This looks like a good cart, actually. I think we said we wanted carts. I do like Windjammers. I can't say I'm overly familiar with the other ones, but we've got a bit of a range of like platform game shooters and then a scrolling shooter. And I don't mind this scrolling shooter. I know there's a lot of them on the carts and stuff, but I normally like a few scrolling shooters. I think the other ones probably appeal to me a bit more, like the one with Hogs of War and stuff on. But yeah, I don't know if I would go for that one because I do already have Windjammers on some other stuff. But that would probably be the selling point for the car for me with Windjammers. Be good to play on the VS, wouldn't it? It's a good multiplayer.
So Derek, what are you thinking about the Windjammers being announced?
It's certainly an interesting cartridge. I don't know how many people in the UK will be particularly familiar with these games. Obviously, they would have heard of Windjammers. The other ones probably less so. The very last game actually is quite good. Quite involving. But yeah, as I say, it's an interesting collection, isn't it? And hopefully it's going to tickle a few people's fancies. I know there's a lot of people hoping for a lot of arcade tonight. So that's definitely going to help. But it's all right. I've got fun stock in my ear. 1 second. There we are. So I'm back in the room. So it's exciting, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. So, it'd be interesting to see how popular this cartridge actually does.
So I quite like the look of this one. Windjammers I vaguely remember, but the other 4 I haven't played at all. And I think this was only a £20 cart as well. It wasn't a £25 Giga cart, was it? That was the other one. So so for me, I do think they've actually got a good ratio of different games going on here. I might have to have a look into these and see. I'll do a deep dive and have a look and see what these games are actually like. But not something different, something I wouldn't mind playing. So it's good for me.
Yeah, Ryan, I mean Kozlov. It's very, very famous. Kozlov. Yeah. So a lot of people will be delighted that's on there. And as I say, for me, Atomic Runner, that's where the money's at on that cartridge. Is fantastic fun.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty solid. I like Windjammers. That's the only game I've played on here, and it's pretty standout. Played it on my Xbox a couple of years ago. Downloaded it on Xbox Live Store, but no, it looks okay. Atomic Run looks like Doc Brown. You play as your character. Anyone else see that? There's Doc Browns about him.
Scott.
But no, it looks okay. They're all 2-player games as well, which is great for the VS, but not so good if you have an alpha. And I know you can plug a joypad into an alpha, but it's not quite the same as it playing side by side arcade games than one player playing with the joystick and the other one using a joypad. But no, as far as the showcase goes, it probably wasn't what people were expecting at the start, because I think most people tuned in for the SNK stuff, but I think it's a fairly solid collection to start the showcase.
Yeah, I think they've done really well there. I think like you said, it's a lot of variety on there. I think it looks really good. And like you said, I'm sure it was a £20 cart as well. It wasn't a Giga cart or anything like that.
Awesome artwork as well on the box. I really like that.
And that goes live tomorrow, is it?
Yeah, I believe so. 1st of April.
Yeah, it's available in June.
1st of April. Yeah.
1st of April. So I think all of these
are these all on like different? Because they've called it Windjammers, Karnov, and Friends, rather than like a theme of the studio. So are they from like different publishers?
Yeah, they must be.
A bunch of games together. Because all the other ones, like Gremlin or like Team 17, Atari, like they're all like specific studios and